Most people believe that nobody would give a false confession. Because nobody would say they did something that they didn't do. That's completely false. Study after study shows that false confessions are, while not overly common, are common. That people, because they are worn out, because they are tired, because the police promise that you're going to get to go home if you just talk, and the police will probably agree to that. You can go home, just tell us what we want to hear. The police also know that if you confess to something, most people aren't going to think, they're going to say, well, I would never have confessed unless I did it. Well, those people who are hearing that, a jury for instance, they weren't sitting in that room for 2 hours or 3 hours or away from their family or just scared and not knowing what to do. The police they can't lie to you about the law. They can lie to you, and I think I've talked about this before, they can lie to you about the facts. Hey, listen, you might as well just help yourself because we've got 3 witnesses and got your DNA and your fingerprints. Well, okay, I'll help myself. Because if you confess, we'll go and tell the judge you cooperated. Great. They may have none of that. And if they did have all of that, why would they talk to you? They wouldn't really need to talk to you because then they'd have to type up your statement, they'd have to do all this extra work. Why talk to you if they've got all this evidence against you? Talk to a lawyer. Discuss with them what your options are, and then make your choice. I can tell you that I don't know an attorney on either side of the bar, in other words, who, if under the circumstances, would give anybody advice other than get a lawyer. And you hear on TV, they talk about people lawyering up. I don't know what the heck that means. You speak to me, I can give you some advice. And if nothing else, I can reduce the stress, because the minute I come into the conversation, or somebody who does what I do for a living comes into the conversation, remember, you are powerless on the street, in the police station. The minute I show up, or somebody else like me shows up, the power, it's not that you're more powerful than them, but the playing field becomes level again. Now remember, it's not just at a police station. If you get questioned, I mean, you have to if they want your driver's license, give them your driver's license. That's no big deal. But if they're asking you about an accident you're in, if they're asking you about how much you've had to drink that night, you don't have to speak. They might not be happy, right? But you don't have to answer it. And you can be polite and just say, I prefer not to. I'd like to speak to a lawyer first, please. And you can assert your right on the scene, and they have body cams. But please understand that there's cameras at the police station. So don't forget to do it again when you get to the police station, because if they don't have their body cams on, it won't be there. Now I can tell you most of the police are now trained to allow you to make phone calls. If you don't know a lawyer's phone number, I would suggest you simply ask for a phone book. Get a Yellow Pages. Look under criminal defense attorneys. Make phone calls. And get advice if you possibly can. So
you can make more than one phone call?
Well, okay. Great question. We may all have different opinions about that, but I think they have to give you a reasonable opportunity to contact an attorney. And I think part of that reasonableness has to do with circumstance, right? But I can tell you that in most cases, they at least have to give you that opportunity.
Good. Well, David, thank you. You're always full of such great information. And if you guys have any legal questions or concerns, you can always email us. We can talk about it next time.
Absolutely.
Right?
Love to.
Yeah. So check the article for more information. I'm Kiora Balul with Maui Now. Everything Maui, always now.
Thank you.